Last summer, police cleared a homeless encampment here at Trinity Bellwoods Park and violent clashes broke out. The city ombudsman launched an investigation after receiving multiple complaints and today released an interim report critical of the city's actions and made recommendations on how it can do better. Police moved in on Trinity Bellwoods, Lamport Stadium and Alexandra Park with horses and a show of force after the encampments grew during COVID.
That community was honestly probably the reason that I survived through that winter.
Grew was a bike courier. When COVID hit, the work stopped and he ended up living in the Trinity Bellwoods encampment for about 6 months. Shortly before police moved in, he was placed in a city hotel shelter, but he was in the park on this day.
It was traumatizing to see.
The ombudsman concurred, saying clearing encampments is extremely disruptive and in some cases traumatizing to the people living in them. The ombudsman found the city's encampment office has no mandate or updated plan for responses and concludes the office is under-resourced, impairing the city's ability to look at its encampment response. He has 8 recommendations, including holding public consultations, with this reminder: the city still has a responsibility to treat all residents fairly and with dignity and compassion.
We had other solutions, a human rights and compassionate-based approach.
David Shelnut is a lawyer representing 5 civilians who say they were injured by police when the encampments were being disbanded and are suing the city.
Of course, people shouldn't have to be living in a park, but it was the only safe place to do so.
Today, Toronto Mayor John Tory said he accepted the ombudsman's recommendations, but added homeless encampments are not acceptable.
I will say this: there does come a time where the fundamental principle that says that public parks are not proper places for encampments, they're not safe, they're not legal, and they're not healthy, that principle has to be upheld.
And where would he like us to go? The shelters have been 99+% full all year.
Mayor Tory says last summer there were over 418 homeless encampments in the city. Today that number is down to 121. He says since the encampments here and elsewhere were cleared, the city has learned some lessons, and since then other encampments have been cleared without a police presence.